Yo, 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 what's up YouTube? It's the Comic Book Junkie, and I'm coming back with another video. This one is a review of the hardcover collection of Here's Negan. It was a story that was put into Image Plus magazine. It was a short story in the back of the magazine. It was like 3 or 4 pages long. I think it ran like maybe 7 or 8 issues of the Image Plus magazine. Basically what it is a backstory on Negan and how he came, or actually, pre-apocalypse and up to his rise as who he is today in the comics and the TV show. You can get this at Barnes & Noble. You can order it online from Barnes & Noble. So if you can find it, if you're a Walking Dead fan, or you're a Negan fan, or just a comic book in general fan, I would go ahead and suggest picking it up. Here is what it looks like sealed. Beautiful. It's hardcover. And it also comes with Walking Dead 100 Barnes & Noble exclusive comic book of the Walking Dead issue 100. And here is a little synopsis of what's going on. But I still have one sealed. So I have one sealed and I opened one. And here is the actual comic that comes in the book. As you can see right here, the only complaint I have with the comic, it's got a slight spine roll. As you can see right here. Just a slight. It goes the whole length of the book. So I'm sure a good press would get this out of the comic, but I have it in Mylar. And like I said, it's a Barnes & Noble's exclusive cover to Walking Dead 100. Beautiful cover, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the story. So if you don't want to know what happens or whatever, just, you can fast forward, you can skip, you can come back and watch it after you've read it. But it's a pretty good damn story. And I used the little thing here as my bookmarker for it. But it's a pretty damn good story, guys. I'm a big Negan fan. And it's just, you always wonder, like, how did he come to rise? Now, I don't know if they'll have this in a future episode or what of Walking Dead, of, like, how he came to power, and how, who he is. Why did he become so mean, blah, blah, blah. We just don't know if they're going to do that. I'm sure that it would be a good, like, basically a good money grab to do it, because there are a lot of fans of Negan. But, yeah, I mean, the other thing I noticed on the hardcovers is some of, the corners are kind of dinged up. But if you go on Barnes & Noble's to their graphic novel section, this was in there. It took me a minute to find it, because they're, the Barnes & Noble I go to, it's kind of disorganized a little bit in the graphic novel section. Unfortunately, I guess I had just missed a sale. I believe it was Spidey Fan asked me if I got it. It was buy one get one free. But unfortunately, the week that I went, they were having a Marvel and DC graphic novel, buy one get one free, so I missed out on that. It would have been awesome to get this for, I got 2 additional copies for free. But anyways, yeah, it's a very good story, guys. It's the same quality of the comics. It's black and white. Here's the opening page. It tells you all the people that were involved. Of course, Kirkman, Charlie Aldred. But basically, it starts out, here's Negan. And it starts out with him actually putting barbed wire. Sorry about the glare, guys. Barbed wire on Lucille over a campfire. And then it has him, like, looking at you. Pretty damn cool. And then it kicks right into his backstory. And here he is. I'll show you page by page, but I'm not gonna read the whole thing, guys. If you wanna get it, or I'm sure it may be online. Who knows? I'm not sure. I didn't even look that up. But basically what it is, it seems like he is a high school coach, and he's playing table tennis with some kids, and of course he's using some foul language to them, calling them, being Negan, and one of the kids gets upset and leaves, and he realizes that, he probably shouldn't have, said what he said, so he's like, F, F, F. I don't want to say the cuss words because I don't want to get censored. And then it's his wife who comes into the picture up here, and she's telling him, hey, listen, you work for the school, you can't do that to these kids, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I know I shouldn't. And she starts to, I don't know, it looks like she may start having a stroke, or she passes out, and then it shows him here trying to revive his wife, and he's telling a neighbor, hey, call 911. Then it cuts to the hospital. And I mean, that's pretty much the little bit of a backstory they give you on him is basically he was a high school teacher, gym teacher or something, and then it kicks right into his wife being in the hospital. And here she is up here, and the doctor comes in and gives him bad news that she doesn't have very long to live. And it just shows him at school doing punching bag and training kids. And then it kicks off to him. I guess he's involved in an affair with this lady here, and he's basically telling her, hey, listen, it's over, my wife's got cancer. And then, of course, the chick flips out, like, why did you tell me, why did you tell me now, why, whatever, and she tells him to get out. And, so apparently he was a real a-hole in real life too. He's cheating on his wife, and he was mean to the kids, and so it seems like his personality was like it was in the show. He was kind of like that before, probably not to the extent that he is in the show. But here he is with his wife. It's their final times together, and he told her he ended the relationship with the other woman. And about, here you can tell, like, it's overtime. She starts getting worse. And then here she is. They're at a park, and he's sad. And you can tell that her cancer is kind of gone from her having hair to not having hair. So obviously she's taking chemo. And then they end up in the hospital here, and he's telling her he loves her, and, he'll never, he's sorry for everything he did. But, it's a really good story. And then it kicks right in. And here is, I don't know if it's an orderly or a doctor or a nurse, pops in the door and says, hey, man, you got to get out of here. Shit's going down. And he's like, leave me alone. I'm trying to spend time with my wife. And then he hears a bunch of commotion. And he looks out the window, and he sees, like, cars are on fire, and cars are on fire. And I can't tell, but it looks like some of these people may be zombies already, and there's, like, a regular person, like, running from them. So I'm not sure if these people are zombies or not. It looks like they may be. And then here he is in his wife's hospital room, and he hears commotion. And then there's a little kid comes running by, and here he is trying to fortify the room, because the kid tells him, man, you need to run, you need to get out of here. So he's sitting with his wife, and he's telling her, hey, listen, time you wake up, this whole commotion thing is probably going to be over with. And then she stops breathing, because he's checking her pulse, he's listening for her heartbeat, and nothing, and then all of a sudden he hears more commotion outside, and he looks out the window, and it's obviously gotten a lot worse. And obviously you can tell some of these people are probably zombies, because it looks like a car crashed, and all these zombies are, like, attacking the car, so probably trying to get the person inside. And then his wife turns right here. She falls out of bed, and of course, it's, I don't want to give it away, so if you don't, like I said, you don't want to know, his wife's name is Lucille. So obviously she's the inspiration for the baseball bat. Here she is. She's turned into a zombie, and she's kind of like hooked. I guess the IVs and everything have gotten her, like, to where she can't really get to him. She's trying to get to him, and here he's kind of freaking out. Again, like I said, sorry about the glare, guys. Then, you know, it just shows him, like, what's going on, and, you know, you can't believe it. And he's trying to convince her, like, hey, it's me, and then he realizes here, and he starts crying that she's gone, you know, that she's dead. So he gives her a kiss and tells her he's sorry. Then he leaves the room to, you know, try to escape, and then he sees the same boy that ran by the window, or the room telling him to run. Now he's trapped by a couple zombies, and Negan helps him. You know, Negan kills the zombies, saves the little boy, and bashing their head in with with some stuff, and here he is at the bottom. And he's telling him, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I can't do it. Can you go in there in this room and kill the lady that was in there? Because he just can't do it. It's his wife. He doesn't want her to be a zombie. So the little boy's like, yeah, you know, I will. And, you know, I had to do the same thing to my mom and my parents, you know. So the little kid goes off. Here he goes off to the room. And he comes back and tells him it's done. And he's like, all right, let's go. And then they're walking through the streets. And obviously the little boy and Negan have like a little bit of a bond. Negan's, you know, trying to protect him in this, you know, this time of, you know, the world turning to shit. And here they go down to a garage. I guess they're going to try to go look for a car. And the kid's telling him, hey, thank you, man. You know, it's great, you know, that, you know, you helped me out or whatever. And he's like, and then they're talking about women, and, you know, Negan's telling him, hey, you know, if you find a good girl, keep her to yourself. You know, just stay with one. Don't, you know, don't be a hoe, basically. And then the little kid gets attacked by a zombie, and there's Negan, and he's like, damn. So then it shows him, you know, I'm not sure if it's days later, weeks later, or whatever, and here he's boarding up his house, and there's the same neighbor, and then here's Negan just traveling the roads, and then he runs into a group of guys, you know, and they're like, hey, that's our gas, blah, 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 and then Negan basically tells them, F off, he can take what he wants, and then he's like, yeah, why don't we just, you know, we're better to travel in a group at this time. And then he sees this kid over here with the bat. It's pretty funny. And he looks back at him. He says, nice bat. So you know what's going to happen, right, guys? Here they're traveling, and here they're having a campfire. And then outside of the light, you can see all the zombies like starting to approach the guys. And then all hell breaks loose. They get attacked by the zombies, and a fight pursues, and one by one the guys are getting taken out. His little group that he found, that he picked up, they get taken out one by one, and there's, of course, a baseball bat laying in the grass. So he picks it up, he kills all the zombies, and then basically he is the lone survivor of that group of people. So he's off on his own again. And then here he's like looking at the bat. It's got guts all over it. And here he's traveling. And I think, you know, I can't remember. I think it's issues number 97 through 9. Maybe it's like 94 through like 97 or 98. They had a connecting cover. I have it. I didn't break them out because I didn't realize it until I just saw this panel. But the connecting covers have... It looks like basically this scene here, but Negan current day, and he's face forward. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like each issue had a different section of this panorama right here, this little panoramic view. But it was him turned around already as Negan has today, with the barbed wire wrapped around the bat and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. That's him before, and then that current run is him now. And here he is, you know, walking through the streets, surviving. He runs into more people that need his help, you know, or that want to band together. It's an old couple, and they're obviously dead. Here they are. They get killed, And then Negan finds another girl, and then they band together, and they start traveling together. And then she gets killed. Can you see the theme going on here, guys? And then he finds another group of people. It looks like a father, a daughter, and a son. And here they are camping. And here they're inside of what is a Walmart. And of course, the son gets killed, but the girl survives. And he's like, hey, listen. She's like, stop. You know, what's going on? He's like, listen, you people just need to F off because none of you guys are strong enough to survive on your own. I don't want to be around people anymore. I just want to be by myself. And of course, he's telling her that she's freaking weak, that she didn't help her family. And then so he just tells her basically, just go die. And there she is weeping. So he basically left her on her own. And then here he is, again, much further in time. As you can see, his beard's getting heavier. And he's hunting for rabbits. And then look who he runs into. He runs into... God, what's his name? Let me see if I can find it right here. Oh, it's Dwight. That's right. And then he runs into Dwight in the woods hunting. So there's Dwight from the comics. And then they pick up a bond. They start eating the rabbit that he killed. And then he's like, hey, let's go. And then he takes Negan back to his group that he had been traveling with. And so Negan gets along in their group. And they decide they need to go take out this warehouse or whatever. But it's full of zombies because they want to start a home base. And so Negan and the group, here they are. Here's all the members of the group. They go in there and try to wipe out the zombies. And then they're like, they all escape, but Negan's nowhere to be found. And they're like, where's Negan? Well, God, where's he at? Then here he is. Huh. He is in the middle of a horde of zombies, and he's freaking swinging that bat. And he finally gets loose, and they kill the zombies or whatever. They shoot him. But yeah, somehow he survived that. I mean, they are wrapped around his legs, around his back, on his arms. And so he makes it out. And then he basically is like, all right, let's go, follow me. Or they want to settle on this place, and he's like, no, we'll find a better place. He goes, just follow me. And then they are following him. And then here they are trying to find another place. And they start, looting. Not looting, but they start looking for, supplies. And here he finds his jacket, because he tells them, you guys need to get 2-3 layers of clothes on, because, it's going to be winter, it's going to start getting cold. So he finds the jacket, and here he is with Dwight, and he's basically telling him, hey, listen, who made you leader? And he's like, well, I'm just going to take over this group. You guys want to live, you follow me. So, so they're like, yeah, hey, listen, let's go, let's do it. So they start following him, and, long story short, him and Dwight get into it a little bit over, leadership and whatever. And then they get into a fight. He gets pushed into the barbed wire. He grabs a bat. He kills. Well, it wasn't Dwight. It was another one of the members of the group who kind of was wanting control too. And Negan just freaking whacks his head in. So there's Dwight. They all look back. He's bashing the guy's head in. There's his eyeball popping out. And then here is the rise of Negan right here. Got his jacket on. He's got the bat. No barbed wire yet. And this is basically where he tells him, hey, listen, I'm the boss. We're going to do this my way. We're going to, whatever. And he's like, he finds the barbed wire. He's putting it on the bat. And here he is. Here's the opening sequence where he's putting the barbed wire on the bat. Then he goes back to the group and he's like, this is where he switches into the Negan we know persona. All right, how we doing? And then he goes, he's saying, you guys all scared, you're on edge. And then he basically tells him, it's time I told you about Lucille. And that's when he names his bat. And he's like, listen, I was a piece of crap. We're going to survive this. I'm going to be your leader. How it goes down. And this is where he introduces him to Lucille. This is Lucille. This is what happens if you don't listen to me, basically. And then he basically tells them that their name is the Saviors. And he ends it with, here's Negan. And that's it, guys. I know, kind of quick, kind of choppy review, but it's such a great book. And here's more stuff in the back. Then he's like, it's time I told you about Lucille, and here he's beating a zombie. And then, of course, the very back page has, like, all the trades and stuff you can get. But if you're a Walking Dead fan, if you're a Negan fan, and you were curious about this storyline, I highly suggest it. This is 21 minutes, guys, long enough, but seriously, it's a great read. It's pretty cheap if you get it from Barnes & Nobles. Don't buy it on eBay. I'm going to go hunt some more down, probably on Black Friday, whenever I get off from work, or that weekend, because I know I had the weekend off after Thanksgiving. So I'm probably going to go hunt another couple down. I know White Nova Comics, dude, I'm going to try to find you one. If not, I'll just send you my spare. But yeah, guys, this is my review of Here's Negan. Awesome book. Awesome book. Great story. If you can find it, pick it up. I mean, if you want to buy it on eBay and find it cheap, I would. I mean, I wouldn't spend more than, like, 18, 20 bucks on it. Make sure you get the free comic that comes with it. Because you can buy just the book pretty cheap. 10, 15 bucks. But it doesn't come with the comic. I've seen some eBay listings for that. But anyways, guys, no intro to this video because it's already long enough. So, hope you enjoyed it. Go pick it up. Great story, great read. Alright, guys, it's the Junkie, and I'm out. Here's Negan.